Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of the Top 5 Weekly. In this series we are going to be going ahead and having a look at the most popular workshop creations on Steam. We'll be analysing each one of these submissions, along with that discovering the special features that they each have, and then finally going ahead and actually testing them out in the world of Stormworks. So with that all said, we'll go ahead and get started with our first creation. So we're going to kick things off with the first creation. This is called the A06 Hummingbird. It's done by a content creator called White Noise. Has quite a lot of creations on the workshop that are really popular. I have to say this is absolutely highly detailed. It's got a really nice detailing all over it with a lot of paint blocks, as you can see, going all the way along here, and also the arrows there. It's pretty much going to be a Harrier jump jet or VTOL. So you can see we have our jet outputs here, so that's going to be so we can rotate those to either do a vertical or horizontal takeoff, depending on what we want. And then you can see here at the back we seem to have a refueling connector and a recharging connector, which will be quite useful. So we'll go ahead, we'll jump into the cockpit itself just by jumping up and getting inside. We have obviously our canopy controls, the button to obviously go ahead and enable the mid-air refueling, which is pretty cool. So you can see there, it just pops out there and we can fly behind our refueling plane and then eventually connect it and then refuel our whole plane, which is really cool. Really nice feature to add. So in the cockpit itself, we seem to have the emergent connectors release. We have the brakes, landing gear, set speed, so that's and a toggle for that, so we can obviously maintain our desired speed. VTOL mode, so obviously switch between horizontal and vertical takeoff. I see we've got a couple dials: the speed, batteries, altitude, fuel consumption, our fuel, and then a warning for low fuel. We also have the throttle itself and power on, and as I said, with the mid-flinger connector, and then we also have the canopy on and off. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and test this out, see if we can get it started. Go ahead, give it some throttle, full throttle, and then see if we can actually take off. Whoa, there we go. Okay, controls are very sensitive, guys. That's the one thing we need to note here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We'll go ahead, disable the landing gear, turn that off, and you can see they've now tucked away inside the vehicle itself. That's pretty cool. Go ahead, do a little bit of aerobatics. Very nice, very nice. It's very sensitive. That is one thing. Very sensitive. So what we'll do now is let's test out our speed. So currently we're doing 120. Let's go ahead and say we want to do 60. Enable the speed toggle, and then we should, well, there we go. Yeah, we're keeping it at a nice consistent speed. That's pretty good. That's going to be very useful for doing your air refueling, so you can actually match your speed of the plane and obviously have it in symmetry, which is really cool. So we can go ahead, I'm going to disable that now, and then I think what we can do is we can go ahead and try and activate our VTOL mode. Oops, oh, there you go. And you can see now we're now in a vertical stance, and let's just go ahead and see if we can get down to the ground. Should be able to. Does take a bit of time, I think, but what if we decreased our throttle? That will make it go quicker. Oh, it seems going a little quicker. So we can actually move this around now. And then keep on dropping. We need to obviously get our landing gear. There we go, fantastic. And we should be able to land this quite precisely where we want to. So very cool for obviously landing your jet on a very small area. So if you don't have a big runway, really cool creation for that. Go ahead, just drop down. And there we go, and we're on the ground. We can obviously go ahead, turn off the engines, and then we've landed perfectly. Cool, so that's our first creation we're checking out. Really quite nice, and obviously it set the bar really high. Everything works perfectly. As I said, the detailing is amazing on this creation, and obviously it works amazingly. So with that all said, let's go ahead and get jumped into our second creation. So for the second creation we were going to be checking out is called the Airbus A320. It's done by a content creator called Mr. Maniac. Once again, looks absolutely amazing. You can see they've gone ahead and done quite a bit of paint block work, as always with most of these high-end creations. They've gone and used the large large intakes for the new jet engines, which is really cool. And obviously this is one big of the features that everyone wanted with these jet engines. So you can see that we've got that at the rear. Once again, some really nice landing gear here. I'm guessing it folds in. These probably go down and it folds in there. Pretty cool. There's a couple of different buttons. Cargo door, we'll go check that out, see what the cargo. Oh, that's really cool. So you got nice little cargo hatch underneath the plane. Really, really nice. Go ahead and close that off. Once again, some more paintwork going around the vehicle. It seems like a hatch to get out there. Once again, another one on this side. More paintwork. Big fictitious like radar on the top. You've got a couple nozzles here. I'm guessing those nozzles are to drop fuel. I'm guessing. We'll see. We'll get into the plane, and then we'll just move around. I think there's ladders you can probably climb up onto the wing itself. Oh yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool. And then yeah, pretty much just the wing itself. Once again, some really nice detailing work around this. What we'll do is we'll jump off and we'll see if we can get inside. Going into the front here, there is beautiful cockpits. Couple sensors. I'm not too sure what those do just yet, and it seems we also have a refueling arm here to refuel this. Now the cockpit itself, we'll check that out just now. However, you can see the first entrance where we have quite a few parachutes. It's more than enough. Really cool. And then we'll move into the second area. So we have a lavatory. Very nice, very nice. Flush. So it doesn't seem to do anything at the moment. Close that off. We have a little kitchen area with a little microwave. Really nice detailing once again there. And then we seem to have quite a few chairs. Obviously this is converted A320, so we still have seats in here. Really nice detailing with obviously all the lights here, a cabin and passenger like cargo area. Really cool, really cool. A whole bunch of dowels and things going along the one side of the wall. Some lockers it seems like, and then we have like our control stations. As far as I'm aware, that doesn't control anything. However, it really looks nice and I love the detailing on this. Some more parachutes going towards the rear for all the passengers, and then we seem to have that the back is emergency exits just to get out of the plane. Really cool. Perfect. So let's go ahead and check out the actual cockpit itself. Open up the cockpit door and you can see a lot of buttons, a lot of switches, a lot of controls. Really cool. So go ahead, close that door. We'll jump into the pilot seat. Let's go first. We have the power switch. So let's turn that on. We then have, let's have a look. We have cabin lights. So we'll turn the cabin lights on. Chime. Oh, a little like seatbelt sign. Really cool. We have ignition, nav lights, instrument backlights, landing lights. Yeah, that we want that on. Ignition we'll get to just now. Arm emergency exits, so those must be there must be some like emergency exit doors on the side. We'll check that out later. We also have beacon lights, cockpit lights, taxi lights, arm emergency exits. Okay, so that must be for either side then. A whole bunch of warning lights, some more parachutes. Really cool. Brakes on here. Fire pull 2, fire A pull APU, fire pull 1, throttle, fuel pumps, so we might need those on. Lift. There we go. Fantastic. Oh, that looks really cool, guys. Really nice. I love the little lights on the landing gear. Let's see if we can try and get this to stabilize. Go ahead. We'll get rid of the. Let's get rid of the gear switch. So you can see the gears are now folding in. Really cool. Really nice detailing there, guys. Cool. Okay, I think we can try and start leveling off a bit. Let's see. APU. Might need that. What else do we have that we can go? Arm emergency exits. What does that do? It doesn't seem to do anything that I know of. Close that off. Let's see what else. We have gears. What do these do? Not too sure. Maybe that's to recharge it, possibly. See if we can turn it around a bit. Get it to go back towards the island. Really beautiful. Turn it around again. Start leveling out a bit. Really cool. Okay, as I said earlier, obviously you have the refueling probe in the front there, so you can go ahead and refuel this plane if you wanted to, if you had someone else in the plane in front of you. Really quite nice. I think there was wasn't there a button, attach fuel probe. So I guess that just turns on the connector on the actual fuel probe itself. See if we can go down, maybe try and do a little bit of a landing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, guys, but can always give it a try. I'm going to give throttle down. Maybe I got rid of too much throttle. Yeah, I did. Let's try and get this. We're going into the ocean. Oops. Okay, that was my bad. I'm terrible at flying. So we'll go ahead and we'll check out the third creation now. So the next creation we're going to be checking out is called the Albatross Water Bomber. It's done by a creator called Marones. Absolutely exquisite from obviously looking at it from this angle. Beautiful, obviously old school plane with the props on the sides. You have your water float. So if I'm correct, you can actually take off and land from the water with this plane. Could be wrong. We'll go ahead and we'll actually check the inside of it out. Go ahead and get into the first compartment. In the first compartment here, you can see we have some parachutes. Obviously pretty good if we get into any trouble. Going to the second compartment at the back here, seems like we have some controls for the water cannons. Another one on this side. Medical bed, a bed for ourselves to sleep with, and I think this is access to get on top of the plane itself. We move into the forward compartment. You can see there's all these small little hatches to get in and out of different areas. We move in there. We seem to have like an observation area at the top. Once again, really cool. I think this is going to be to control the water cannon on the top, just over here. Very nice, very nice. Moving here, we've got some firefighting equipment and some diving gear. Once again, just for doing really cool missions. Some navigator radio station there. You also have the engineer. Seems to be a generator of sort here to recharge things. All our fuel tanks. We have a hose. Obviously, I think this is to fill up our water tanks. And then we have just our reserve tanks. Fantastic. Go down here. Looks like we have another observation area down here, or spotter area. I don't know if there's any water cannons for that person. I could be wrong. Seem to have some kind of controls here. Don't know if they do anything, but once again, really cool. You can actually get all your friends in here and you can fly. This is like a 4-man team. We have some light switches, and then I think it's just a bunch of electrical equipment to connect everything. Down here, we seem to have the water boost. I think this is for the propellers on the side, and then you have the water tank level, the brakes, and then you also have another button here. Just I think this is to invert the controls on the pilot seat. So let's see what that does just now. Onto the main controls, we seem to have obviously our engine switches, reserve tanks, fuel pumps, stabilizer, altitude hold system. This side we have the front connector and then a cable plug, water flaps, emergency battery, temperatures of the engines, time, altitude, clutch, water fill, water drop, so very good for doing fire missions. Gas for the engines, I presume, floats down, so these are for the floats on the side, so you can see they're going down. Very cool, very cool. Okay, close that off. And then you have the rotor tilt just to tilt the engines. I think also, once again, I think that's for taking off from the water, so that's going to be quite useful. Okay, cool, so let's get this thing fired up. First, I think we need to enable the fuel pumps, turn the engines over, give it some gas, turn the starters off. There we go, we got that. We can obviously engage the rotors, disable the brakes, and we should start going forward. Very nice, very nice. So we'll try and take off from here, and then yeah, just pretty much see how it flies, really. Go. Fantastic. And if I'm correct, we can use the stabilizer. Pick up. Get some more gas, maybe. And then you can also have a set height. So we're going to go and do, say, 10. Let's do 15 to be safe. Enable the set height. And you can see then it will fly at perfect level, perfectly stabilized. Really, really nice creation, guys. I think you can also, let's go ahead and test out the feature to go ahead and drop the hose. drop the hose there. Maybe we need to go down a little bit. Let's go down to 10. See if we can actually fill our tanks up with a little bit of water. Seems to be bouncing off the ocean. Maybe we need to go a little bit lower, or maybe a little bit slower. Less clutch. Maybe lower. Let's go down. Okay, we're in the water. I think we need to get a little more power. Oh, we've gone down. Okay, so I'm going to end it there, guys, and we'll go ahead and check out the next creation. Okay, guys, so we're on to our fourth creation. Now, this is the plane crash simulator. It's done by a creator called ACBC Broadcast. So if I'm correct, it's meant to completely simulate a plane crash, obviously in the water itself. So what we'll do, we'll jump in and you can go up the first ramp here, called the lift, if I'm correct. Yeah, and then it brings you up. Really cool, something quite different and unique. You don't see these kind of things in Stormworks a lot. You know, obviously everyone usually just builds planes or boats or helicopters, things like that, or trucks, but no one actually goes into like these kind of like simulations things. So really, really cool to see, and obviously quite nice and diverse to see in Stormworks. So I see you have like, this is like a little control room, so if your friend can sit here and you can go inside there if you want to, but as far as I'm aware, you can also control it from inside the cabin itself. So we have some lights, distraction lights. We turn on and off. I said, I think this is all just the controls to actually control it from here, but we're not going to because we're by ourselves in this video. So we'll go ahead, we'll jump in. Once again, really nice detailing. Go ahead and jump into this hatch, open that, jump in there. Go ahead, close that, and then I guess this is just obviously simulate a plane cabin itself. So obviously the chairs, some doors to get in and out. Quite interesting. And then as far as I'm aware, this is going to be, so if you're by yourself and you want to test it out, you can set the pitch. So we're going to go 1 and then press start simulation, and I'll try and get into a chair as fast as possible. So let's go press start simulation, E, jump in the chair, and you can see as if we're going down, and now we start to roll. Interesting. And I guess this will, you then have to simulate an escape. So get out the emergency hatch. And now we've escaped. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And I think you can also probably disable that and then reset it if you want to. So go to 0, turn it off, and then don't know if you can reset it from here. Wait, hold on. Okay, well it's flipped right, but I think we need to get back up into our controls and then just to bring it up again. Let's see if we can do that. Call the lift, elevator, wherever you are in the world. Go up, cabin door, and then I think you can come here, and there you go, and then we can reset it and do it over again. So yeah, we'll finish off with that. A really cool creation, guys. Something very unique and different in the game. Lovely to see. Nice change from the usual. And yeah, let's go ahead and get going with the next one. And then moving on to our last creation that we're going to be checking out today. It's something quite different and unusual and very unique. It's the Sea Rover, and it's done by a creator called Monkey Spaceman. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is meant to be a raft of sorts that someone's gone ahead and stuck a truck on and diverted the power to propeller, so it's almost a boat. So let's go jump in, have a look around it. Really nice on the detailing. It looks like an old truck, really. Engines in the front, you got pickup cargo area in the back, exhaust at the rear. Really quite cool. Let's go ahead and see if we can get it turned on. I'm just going to turn the light switch. Yeah, there we go. Throttle, lights, yeah, ignition. There we go. So we got the ignition on. Give it some throttle. There we go. So we got a raft with a truck on it that we can actually go ahead and drive around. Very cool. Very unique, guys. Really interesting. Hasn't been done in Stormworks before, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, so that's pretty much about it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. I hope you've enjoyed the first episode of the Top 5 Weekly. Give me a thumbs up if you would like to carry on seeing this in the channel itself, or thumbs down if you don't like it. As always, while you're there, leave a comment, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for future content, and then we'll see you in the next one.